Give you a little background. The press sprint cars, the professional racing Econo Sprint Series, was formed about 3 years ago by Eric Phillips, then promoter of Attica Speedway, Attica Raceway Park. Just this year, or actually we've run twice, two different, for 2 years, we've run the sprint cars here at the Speedway. This year, the sanctioning body kind of fell apart, so myself and Talati of Midfield Speedway struck out on our own, and we're going to be we're going to continue to call it the press sprint cars, but it's going to stand for pavement racing Econo Sprints. And we'll be putting on 3 races here at Columbus Motor Speedway, 2 at Midfield Speedway, and Chris Talati will be promoting 1 at Sandusky Speedway. So here's the lineup for the first of 2 Econo Sprint wing sprint car races on the pole in car number 0. Ridgewood, Ohio is they apparently thought we started, but just give it a black flag, a little miscommunication. Outside in car 67, Charlie Dagg from Fremont. The second row in car 105, it's Wayne Buckingham from Willard. Alongside of him in 45, Glenn Tucker from Columbus. Then on the third row, car number 7, hailing from Sandusky, Ohio, Troy Vaccaro. And beside him from Hilliard, David Daugherty. 6 cars, 8 laps for the wing sprint cars here this evening. That's Terry Gibson, your leader in car 0. Second now in 67 is Charlie Dagg. Wayne Buckingham, car 105, runs third. Still Terry Gibson, part of the famous Gibson racing family, leads the cars down the backstretch. Through turn 4, they'll complete lap number 2. Terry Gibson, the leader. Second in car 67, Charlie Dagg. Some good racing going on back in the pack. Buckingham in 105 tries to hold off car number 45 of Glenn Tucker. Halfway this time. Gibson with a commanding advantage in car number 0. Now Glenn Tucker tries to move around the outside of Buckingham, but he slips in turn 2. Terry Gibson down the front stretch through turns 1 and 2. The Richwood, Ohio driver will get the white flag this time by starter Jim Ball. Good battle for that third spot. Second place will go to Charlie Dagg. Troy Vaccaro finishes third. Fourth, Wayne Buckingham, and fifth, Glenn Tucker. So let's hear it for all of the Econo Sprint drivers. My driver, John Ivey in 5I. The next gentleman in car number 2 is Brian Neeb from Elmore, and Fremont driver on the outside of him
It's Mike Linder. And on the tail, your new track record holder for this series, car 37, Brian Scott. 8 laps for this heat race. The leader is Matt Linder. Second now is John Ivy. Ivy won both of the press races. Ivy was the winner of both of the press features here last year. He runs second to Matt Linder. Cousin Mike Linder is third. Begins to stretch it out over John Ivy. You see Ivy slow coming off the corners in that 5i. Looks like he's got a push in that car. The front end now one to turn, and Mike Linder goes underneath Ivy off the fourth turn. Mike Linder and John Ivy wheel to wheel. Now Linder takes over second. Mike Linder is second. Brian Scott, the next guy to go by Ivy. Brian Scott now third. Brian Neeb squirrely on the backstretch. Neeb holds on to it. He runs last, trying to work on John Ivy for that spot. White flag for Matt Linder. Winner of heat race number 2 for the sprint cars, Matt Linder. Mike Linder is second. Brian Scott third. John Ivy finishes fourth, and coming home fifth, Brian Neeb in car number 2. Let's hear it. Matt Linder, your winner. Limited Sportsman Track Champion, car number 2. Donnie Gregory Jr. Don Gregory Jr. in 2. And on the tail, fast time tonight with a 15.911. Car 25, Jimmy Kidd in 25. The white flag by Denny Droopy Drawers Jordan, our assistant starter, signifying one more lap to go. Wellman and Sword, Gregory and Kidd, 4 laps to go. Now Kent Sword with a bit of an advantage down the backstretch. He'll get the halfway signal this time. Sword now the leader. Buddy Townsend second. Jim Kidd is third. Sword with about a 4-car length advantage as they traverse the backstretch. White flag for Kent Sword. Now it's Jim Kidd, a fast qualifier, trying to make his way around Townsend. He'll have too little too late to catch up with Ken Sword, your winner of the 4-lap trophy dash. Buddy Townsend comes home second. Third is Jim Kidd, and rounding out the field, Don Gregory Jr. in car number 2. the first heat race in the limited sportsman division. On the pole is Terry Pertee in car 63. Beside him in car number 3, that's Ron Holbein Jr. The second row in car 71 is Jim Sawyer in 71, and beside him in car number 8, Tom Abram. Next up is Tom Idle in 35, Bob Justice in 29, 33 Carl Stapleton, 45 is John Strobel, 13 is Jerry Jones, and Alan Langherd in car number 1. 8 laps for the limited sportsman first heat race. Pertee hangs on to that lead. Ron Holbein Jr. challenging on the outside. Close in hot pursuit is Jim Sawyer in car 71. They'll complete lap number 2 this time as Sawyer into the back of Terry Pertee. Pertee holds on through the 4th turn. The leaders down the backstretch, door to door. It's Terry Pertee and Ron Holbein Jr. Oh, and we got trouble in turn 1, and everybody comes through it looks like. As Carl Stapleton takes over, and we got a yellow flag caution on the speedway. White flag, 1 lap, and we'll be back underway. Green is out. Stapleton wastes little time. He moves to the outside of Pertee, disposes of him in turn 1. Carl Stapleton, your new leader from St. Mary's, Ohio. And we're 3 abreast in turn number 1. Pertee still is second. Now it's John Strobel trying to make his way around the Springfield, Ohio driver. Meantime, Carl Stapleton is checking out. Strobel is now second. 6 laps complete this time. It's Stapleton, Strobel, Justice, and Pertee. And it's white flag time for Carl Stapleton. His first heat race victory of 1994, Carl Stapleton. John Strobel is second. Third is Bob Justice. Jerry Jones finishes 4th. And 5th goes to Terry Pertee. Stapleton's Monte Carlo, sponsored by Sparks Racing Supply, Terry's Radiator Service, Spring Hills Auto Wrecking, and Performance Clinic. Okay, we understand now our man on the scene, Bob Newbow. Martha Steele, contact the pit concession stand, please. Okay, quickly, the lineup for this, the second limited sportsman heat race. On the pole in car 01, that's Jerry Buck. Outside 4 is Mike Howell. like Mr. Howell, you know, Mr. Howell, never mind. Second row, Sam Heckman in 17, Randy Sword in 73, then comes Mike Holland in 86, 7 is Don Townsend Jr., 70, Joe Hill, 20, Mike Brown, and 0, Donnie Zero Hill. 8 laps for the Limited Sportsman's second heat race. The leader is Jerry Buck in 01, his first time out in 1994 here tonight. Sam Heckman sideways in the second turn. He collects it, but loses 2 or 3 spots. Now up to the runner-up position. That's Randy Sword in 73. Heckman, meantime, slows in 17. Heckman is off the pace. Still Jerry Buck the leader. They'll complete lap number 3 this time with Randy Sword second, Mike Holland third. Halfway signal this time for Jerry Buck. Now Don Townsend Jr. runs third in car number 7. Up to 4th spot is Mike Brown now. Buck still your leader in car 01. Randy Sword keeps nibbling at that inside groove. We wonder how long it'll take him to try the high side. White flag this time. Mike Brown third. Don Townsend Jr. is 4th currently. And the winner, Jerry Buck in car 01. Completing the distance in 2nd spot is Randy Sword. The 3rd place car, Mike Brown. 4th, Don Townsend Jr. And 5th, Mike Holland.
Sportsman 35 is
window is the inversion draw for this evening. They pull a blind. It's a blind draw. Mitchell has the chance to pick either a 8, 10, 12, or 14 out of a hat, and so that draw just completed. We'll let you know what that inversion will be in tonight's feature momentarily. Meantime, the lineup for the late model Trophy Dash, starting first from New Philadelphia, Ohio. A good run for this guy in qualifications. It's Gary Smith. Smith in 70. Beside him in car number 11 out of New Carlisle, Ohio, the Kansas City Life entry of Dick Dunleavy Jr. Second row, your second fast qualifier this evening in car number 61. The Fast Racing Engines entry of Mike Ward. And on the tail, your new track record holder, car number 6, Jerry Mitchell with fast time tonight. He turned in a blistering 14.142 in qualifications. The inversion draw was a 12, so that means that Jerry Mitchell will start 12th. And the 12th fastest qualifier will start on the pole. So 12, the inversion pill drawn in the blind draw. 4 laps, the Trophy Dash tonight. Gary Smith trying to keep Dick Dunleavy Jr. at bay. Smith in car 70, your leader. Mitchell all over the back end of Dunleavy. Now Mike Ward moves in underneath Dunleavy for that runner-up spot. Halfway. Ward goes to do work on the outside of Gary Smith. The white flag this time. Gary Smith with a whale of a run in the trophy dash. The winner out of New Philadelphia, Ohio, Gary Smith. Second goes to Mike Ward. Finishing third, Jerry Mitchell. And fourth, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Smith's car may look familiar. This car could have, it's an ex-Mark Malkut race car. Who knows, it could have been the car that Malkut has run here in the past on many occasions. But behind the wheels, Gary Smith. Behind the controls. Smith again from first late model heat race on the pole in car 43. I have a driver's name, that's Tim Yonker. Yonker in 43. Alongside is Bill Wellman in car number 3. Robbie Dean on the inside of the second row, flanked by 64 Bob Pye. Then the third row, car number 2, that's Bobby Bocook. Then comes Kevin Miller in 29. And 26, Bill Cantley. 10 laps. With a bit of an advantage off the fourth turn. Wellman, another one of those former street stock track champions. He now leads the parade down the backstretch. 2 laps in the books this time by. Bob Bocook and Robbie Dean make quick work of Yonker down the front stretch. They'll go after your leader, Bill Wellman. Still out front. He gets a good drive off the corner in turn number 2. 4 laps down this time. It's Bill Wellman out front. Some good side-by-side racing going on for that runner-up spot. Now Dean challenges Wellman for the lead. Halfway. Wellman fends him off. Oh, and now Bob Bocook. Oh, nearly underneath Wellman on the backstretch. And your leader is Robbie Dean in car. Oh, here comes Wellman back. But Dean fends him off down the backstretch. Robbie Dean out front. The guy on the move is Bill Cantley. He's up to 4th spot. The 5-time track champion begins to stretch it out. Robbie Dean, your leader. Now he slows off the 4th turn. Trouble for Dean. Dean is off the pace and out of the race. Turning the lead over to Bobby Bocook. The white flag this time for Bob Bocook. The battle for second heats up as Bill Cantley moves around Bill Wellman. Your winner, Bobby Bocook. Bill Cantley, your runner-up. Third is Bill Wellman. Fourth goes to Bobby Fye. And finishing fifth, Tim Yonker in car 43. Let's hear it. Bobby Bocook, the winner. In 91. Outside in 39, Randy Maynard Jr. driving the car that Gary St. Amant drove to victory here last Saturday night in the feature. That's Maynard Jr. in car 39. The second row in car number 16, Mike Simpson. Simpson in 16. Beside him in 23, Greg Markham. The third row consists of 86, Skip Thornton, and 98, that is Mike Denny. And rounding out the field in car number 83, Lonnie Rush. 10 laps await the second late model heat race. Drake and Maynard, Simpson and Markham, Thornton and Denny and Rush, your field. Set to go at 410 racing laps. Scott Drake off to a fast start. Maynard falls into second. That's Greg Markham now third. Randy Maynard Jr. with some big shoes to fill this week after St. Amant drove this car to victory last Saturday. Your leader is Scott Drake, though. Now Greg Markham tucks in right behind Drake. Coming from the back again, just like he did in the heat race last week, Lonnie Rush on the outside in 83. Rush in that V6 powered car is up to fourth from the tail. Now Maynard goes to work on Scott Drake. And your new leader is Randy Maynard. Here comes Lonnie Rush, halfway. That V6 is second. Maynard out front, Scott Drake third. They'll complete lap number 7 this time. Rush trying to keep up. Your leader is very evenly matched as third spot is up for grabs. Now the veteran Rush trying to work the outside groove. White flag this time. Here comes Rush. That new Port City chassis, both of those brand new Port City chassis. And your winner, it'll be close. It'll be Randy Maynard Jr. Lonnie Rush finishes second. Third goes to Scott Drake. Fourth is Skip Thornton. And fifth, Greg Markham. Again, both of those cars, both Randy Maynard Jr. and Lonnie Rush, brand new Port City cars. Ironically, both of them assembled and built, put together, the sheet metal put on at by St. Amant Motorsports. And now the lineup on the pole. In car number 8, it's Gary Carter. Carter in 8. Alongside in 44, Joe DeFelice. Second row, the 1992 late model track champion, Donnie Renner in car 92. And beside him in 5, Mike Stacy. The third place finisher from last week's 35 lap late model feature starts next. It's Gary Williams in 06, and beside him in 7, Bobby Edwards. And on the tail in car number 1, Terry Humphrey. A white flag signifying one more lap before we get underway with tonight's third and final late model heat race. Carter and DeFelice. The leader is Gary Carter, but we're going to have a false start. A false start. The car is not right away in turn 1. The back cars run into them, so line them up again. Go ahead and get the green, throw the yellow on the backstretch, and go at it again. And again, confusion on the start. Again, problems. Like Joe DeFelice. We'll try it one more time. Gary Carter leads him around. 10 laps to go. Carter with a jump. A tentative DeFelice gives up second to Donnie Renner on the backstretch. Renner now second. Mike Stacy is third in car number 5. Stacy, battle for the runner-up position. This time as Gary Carter leads the parade. Three laps complete. Stacy goes after Donnie Renner. outside of Gary Carter, but he can't make it stick halfway. The benefactor is Gary Williams, as Gary Williams now moves up for second. Williams driving the car that Lonnie Rush piloted all last season. Now runs second. Two laps remain. It's Gary Carter, Gary Williams, Bobby Edwards, Donnie Renner. White flag this time. Williams right on the back bumper of Carter, but too little too late. Gary Carter, your winner. Second is Gary Williams. Third, Bobby Edwards. Donnie Renner fourth, and Mike Stacy comes home fifth. On the pole in car number 25, fourth fast time, it's Bubba Parsons. Parsons in 25. Alongside of him in car 31, that's Jim Hersey. Second row, Steve Tuttle in car number 17. And on the outside, fast time tonight, feature winner a week ago, current track record holder, Donald Parsons III. Four cars, your four fastest street stockers. 4 laps to go. Be underway the next time around. We've got the 4-lap dash and 3 street stock heat races before intermission. Parsons the leader. Steve Tuttle and Donald slugging out for the runner-up spot. And Donald now moves from his 4th starting spot to challenge Bubba for the lead. Cross flags, they'll be halfway this time. Donald Parsons, your leader. Jim Hersey with a hello, how do you do to Bubba Parsons in turn 3. Everybody stays in the north-south direction, but Steve Tuttle is now your runner-up. White flag for Donald Parsons. Checkered flag for Donald Parsons. Where was I? was a lap behind. Your winner is Donald Parsons. Sorry about that.
On the pole, we have Russ Harper alongside at Denver wide in 20. Outside, Mike Litchfield Jr. in car 95 and Dean Stuckey in 98. Then comes car number 16, Steve Elrod, and number 99, Kevin Nowak. The next row is car number 30, Bill Wellman, and Bill Wellman, car number 30, Bill Huntley, and car number 18, Bo Davis. And the yellow 46, that's Carl Calls, C-A-L-L-S, I believe. Carl Calls in 46. And beside him, in 94, Walter Sexton. Next up, we got starts 21. We get a name on 21. 91. I guess I don't have a name on that either. 45, Ted Miller Jr. and car number 11. Sean Gray drives car 91. Gary Steele drives car 21. And last name on car 11. Late Rick Rodewalt in 11. Sean Herdman to the Speedway off to the base of the tower, please. Sean Herdman. 8 laps for the first street stocking race. The leader is Denver Wise. Dean Stuckey. Second turn. Your leader is Dean Stuckey. Mike Litchfield and Denver Wise racing it out for that second spot. Now Kevin Nowak on the limit track in turn number 2. Dean Stuckey, your leader, car 98. Now up to second, car 95, Mike Litchfield Jr. And Denver Wise in third. Loading is fourth and Bill Huntley currently fifth. Rick Rodewalt is sixth and Connor 11. Mike Litchfield Jr. Now we had contact in turn 1. Bo Davis looks inside to Denver Wise. Black flag for Rick Rodewalt and Gary Stilson for smoking Rodewalt for dragging that tailpipe. The leader is Stuckey, is way out front, checking out on the field. Second spot, a close battle. Currently second is Mike Litchfield Jr. Oh, we got 3 left. Your winner, Dean Stuckey, at the fourth turn.
That's Norman Ackerman. And alongside in 43, the pilot is Mike Schweier. Row 2 in car 70, that's Heavy Hill. Beside him in 81 is Rick Lawwell, I believe. The second or third row is Big Daddy Don Parsons, and beside him Jimmy Romans in 36. Then comes Don Holland in 79, Dave Dysinger 27, Jamie Hunt in 93, Herb Pennington in 89, 47 is Randy Tharp, and car number 4, Phil Gussler. 8 laps. Amy Justice to the pit concession stand, please. Amy Justice to the pit concession stand. The leader is Norman Ackerman. Heavy Hill is second in car number 70. Mike Schweier is third. Now Hill tries to move around Ackerman for the lead. 2 laps this time by. Ackerman and Hill go at it for the lead. That's Schweier in third. Lawwell is fourth. Now Hill and Schweier bumper tag in turn number 2. Heavy Hill is second. Halfway. These cars running more in the infield than they are on the racetrack. Heavy Hill with a little bit of contact on the backstretch. Complete lap number 5 this time. And Heavy Hill, the new leader. Dave Dysinger in 27, working on Norman Ackerman. That's Jamie Hunt. And now Ackerman and Dysinger mixing it up in turn 2. And Ackerman spins on the backstretch. White flag for Heavy Hill. Dave Dysinger has been disqualified for rough driving. Jamie Hunt now second. Rick Lawwell third. Hunt closing on Hill, but your winner will be Heavy Hill. Jamie Hunt finishes his second. Third, I believe, unofficially, Rick Lawwell. Fourth is Herb Pennington. So a late model last chance race yet to come. A late model last chance race is next. The late model B main.
The late model B main. Okay, the first 4 finishers transfer into
Tonight's 35 lapper on the pole. Bobby Bocook. Outside 64, Bobby 5. The second row looks to be Robbie Dean and Bill Cantley. Then comes Kevin Miller in 29 and 43, Tim Yonker. They'll race for 8 laps, I believe. Cook on the inside. Bobby 5 now takes over on the outside. But here comes Cantley. He's trying to hold on. 5 with the advantage down the backstretch. Tim Yonker sits in the middle of the backstretch. That completes the preliminary racing action here. We'll have a brief intermission. And be back with the sprint car feature immediately following intermission. In just a moment, I'll be calling off those white numbers. So if you're heading in. Starting on the pole in car number 45 from Columbus, Ohio, Glenn Tucker. Tucker in 45. Alongside in 7T out of Sandusky, Ohio, that's Troy Vaccaro. Vaccaro in 7. Row number 2 on the inside in 00. It's David Daughtery from Hilliard, Ohio. Daughtery in 00. Alongside of him in 1X, that's Matt Linder from Fremont, Ohio. Mike Linder starts on the inside of the next row. In car, or wait a minute, I'm sorry. John Ivy starts on the inside of row number 3 in 5I. Ivy, again, the feature winner both times the Econo Sprints visited Columbus Motor Speedway last year. Beside him in car number 2, Brian Neeb. The fourth row consists of Mike Linder at 312, and your fast qualifier, that's Brian Scott. They're rounding out the field in 105. That's Wayne Buckingham. Next up, we've got 67, Charlie Dagg. And on the tail in 10, Terry Gibson. So 25 laps of racing action. that car number 7, Troy Vaccaro, may have had a flat tire on that car. A little bit of confusion. We waited. We wanted to get the cars lined up. We had a problem there with Vaccaro. Glenn Tucker. The Columbus driver, Glenn Tucker, is first. That's Matt Linder to the inside, and Tucker on the backstretch, but he can't make it stick. Running third is Brian Neeb. It's Tucker, Matt Linder, Brian Neeb, Brian Scott, and Mike Linder, your top 5 cars. And now Matt Linder to the outside of Tucker for the lead. Linder, Matt Linder is your leader. Brian Neeb moves into second. Brian Scott on the outside now of Brian Neeb for the runner-up spot. Now Brian Scott gets his sights on your leader, Matt Linder. Mike Linder begins to pressure third place, Brian Neeb. They'll complete lap number 7 this time. Matt Linder. Brian Scott second, Brian Neeb third. Mike Linder trying to move underneath Brian Neeb. Mike Linder is fourth in car 312. A good battle for the third spot. Through turn 4 now. Halfway. Matt Linder, your leader. Brian Scott second. Brian Neeb third. Your leaders are on the backstretch. Brian Scott pulling ever so close. And we got a car stopped in turn 1. Wayne Buckingham brings out the caution. Stops up in turn number 1. 11 remain. Okay, all the cars are on the lead lap. Mike Linder up to third. Matt Matt Linder moves out to a bit of an advantage. Matt Linder's cousin, Mike Linder, begins to pressure Brian Scott for the runner-up spot. Second. Mike Linder now the runner-up. He'll set his sights on his cousin Matt. Matt Linder with lap traffic in front of him. To go, and Mike Linder is closing. Brian Scott third, John Ivy up to fourth. John Ivy is fourth and working on Brian Scott. Here comes Mike Linder in 3:12, moving closer and closer to his cousin Matt. Lap traffic ahead. The white flag for car number 1, Matt Linder. Here comes Mike in the orange 312. Linder to the inside of Matt on the backstretch. The race for the lead. It's the Linder cousins. Side by side. The winner, Matt Linder. What a race. What a race. Matt Linder holds off his cousin Mike in heavy lap traffic. Okay, everybody, you can breathe now. What a show. Let's hear it for all these guys. The Pavement Racing Econo Sprint Series. What a show.
Well, folks, I think it was pretty obvious from that restart that it was going to be a Linder to win it, but we didn't know which one. Did you know that your cousin was closing right in?
I figured he was right there. He's been pretty quick down here, and my right rear tire was leaving me the last 5 laps. I was real worried.
I'll tell you, you guys do a lot of dirt track racing. This pavement's kind of fun, too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's all fun. You know, it's all racing, and it's good to do something different every once in a while.
We get to see you back here for the next pavement show?
I hope so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can't deny this, but this race is leading. Matt Linder.
NASCAR Winton Racing Series Limited Sportsman Feature is next. "30 laps for the Limited Sportsman competitors. The front row consists of car 29, Bob Justice, and outside in 33, that is Carl Stapleton. Row number 2 in 45, it's John Strobel, and 01 is Jerry Buck. The next row, Mike Howell starts there in number 4. Beside him in 17, that's Sam Heckman. In the 4th row, car 73, Randy Sward, and 86, that's Mike Holland. Don Townsend Jr. starts in on the inside of row 5 in car 7. Beside him, at a 0, you got 70, that's Joe Hill. Next up, we've got car 20, a former track champion here, Mike Brown. And car 0, the feature winner last week, Donnie Zero Hill. Then comes 76, that is Buddy Townsend. Car 74, Ken Sward. Number 2, Donnie Gregory. 25, your fast qualifier tonight, Jim Kidd. 13 is Jerry Jones. 35 is Dave Ritchie Jr. Car number 8 is Tom Abram. 71, Jim Sawyer. 63, Terry Pertee. And number 3, Ron Holbein Jr. 30 laps for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman cars. So again, quickly, the winner was Matt Linder. Second was Mike Linder. John Ivey finished third. Brian Scott was fourth. Brian Neeb was fifth. There you go. That's your top 5 from that sprint car event. 30 laps. Get through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, it's Bob Justice and Carl Stapleton, door to door. And Tom Abram brings out the caution flag in car number 8. We'll have a complete restart. Tom Abram and Terry Pertee making contact on the front stretch. Abram with damage on that car number 8. Pertee spins. Spin. Several cars involved off of turn number 2. I didn't see that begin, but some of the cars involved, Joe Hill, Zero Hill, Donnie Gregory. We're not sure what started that chain reaction over there. Out on Saturday night. 2 laps down. Still Carl Stapleton, Bob Justice, John Strobel, Jerry Buck, and Randy Sward, your top 5. Ron Holbein is back out. And we've got a yellow as Jerry Buck spins in turn number 2. Stapleton, your leader. The St. Mary's, Ohio driver leads in that Monte Carlo. Bob Justice is second. Meantime, we got a spin as Mike Brown brings out the caution flag. Using that outside lane is Ken Sward. Ken Sward on the move in car 74. He started back in 14th spot. Also making his way through the field is Jim Kidd, who started 16th, your fast qualifier tonight. And we got a spin as Don Townsend Jr. in car number 7 brings out the caution flag. Townsend in 7 spins in the 4th turn. Okay, we have a situation at hand at a breakout where we allow the drivers to run a second faster than their time. They are deemed to have broken out, and that has happened with Carl Stapleton. He's running much faster than his qualifying time. We try to do that to keep these guys honest and make... Jim Kidd continue to move toward the front. Ken Sward is up to 3rd spot. Is this pavement racy or what? Sward has made it all this way on the outside. Ken Sward, and we got a yellow flag as Mike Brown and Joe Hill get together. Looked like Hill had spun. Mike Brown unable to avoid that car, and he's...
The suspension damaged badly, so the 20 will be on the wrecker.
This time Randy Sward, the driver, to challenge Bob Justice for the lead. He saw that white 74 working on the outside groove, and he's going to try it himself. Randy Sward, now your leader. Ken Sward up to 2nd. But here comes Jim Kidd. He is a man on a mission after setting fast time. Sward working a high groove around his brother Randy. Now it's Ken Sward out front. Jimmy Kidd also moves around Randy. And we got a yellow flag with Mike Holland spun in turn number 2. So we'll have to revert back to the previous completed green. The other guy who's moving back through the field is Carl Stapleton after having to start on the tail. He is back up to 9th spot. Make that 8th spot. Currently Carl Stapleton back up to 8th spot. Jim Kidd now trying to move around Randy Sward for 2nd, and he does so. We see Zero Hill has moved around John Strobel for 5th. Zero Hill now up to 5th spot. To go. 10 laps. The spacing has now stabilized between Kenny Sward and Jim Kidd. Randy Sward still 3rd. Caution. This again for Tom Abram in car number 8. Red flag. The fire crew is moving with extinguishers. They are there on the scene. That didn't last long. That fire is out. So excellent work. Heads up work by the fire crew. Over there in turn number 2, that car number 8, driven by Tom Abram. Percy, you have a message in the Speedway office. And the other, Kim Wallace. We see Buddy Townsend trying to test Zero Hill on the outside for 3rd spot. Townsend on the move. He's up to 3rd in car 76. That inside groove down there in turn 1 and 2 is not very good right now. Laps to go this time. Here comes Townsend. He can continues to move toward the front. Now on the outside of Randy Sward. Townsend is second. 2 laps to go. White flag for Jim Kidd. And your winner on Subway night at the races, Jim Kidd. Second is Buddy Townsend, his career best. Randy Sward is third. Finishing fourth is Don Townsend Jr. and fifth is Zero Hill. So he's a former track champion. Came back out 2 years ago. Has yet to win a feature since his return to racing action. Fast time tonight starts 16th all the way to the front. Jim Kidd. The top 10 rundown, Jim Kidd, your winner. Finishing second, a career best for this guy, Buddy Townsend in car. We'll go down trackside for a brief word with Bob Neubauer and Jim Kidd. Go ahead.
Well, Jim, most of that race you were looking at another car, and all of a sudden you inherited the lead. Last year they said you didn't get one, but you'll take this one tonight, I'm sure, to kick off the season.
This is the first one I've won since 1987. I'd like to thank my family and all my sponsors. Where you at, Ross? The motor run good, but give me my big one. Thanks. Once again, how about, hey, I'm pretty emotional right now. Jim Kidd, your feature winner, sportsman style tonight here.
Making these guys run for this big purse, $1,200 to win because of the large turnout tonight. Quickly, the starting order. That's Mike Denny and Gary Carter on the front row. Second row, Joe DeFelice and Donnie Renner. In row number 3, Mike Stacy and Gary Williams. The fourth row is car 7, Bobby Edwards, and car number 1, Terry Humphrey. Then we've got car 70, Gary Smith, and car number 11, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Up next, Mike Ward in 61, and your fast qualifier tonight, Jerry Mitchell. By the way, Mitchell was given the opportunity to start 4 positions behind the inversion, which is the new Clark Oil Challenge. 4 positions behind the inversion for a $200 bonus should he win. He declined, so it will be the Clark Oil Challenge will be $400 next Saturday. Next, we've got Skip Thornton and Lonnie Rush. Then comes Greg Markham, Mike Simpson, Randy Maynard Jr., Scott Drake, Bill Cantley, Robbie Dean, Bobby Fye, Bobby Bocook, Kevin Miller, and Tim Yonker. So again, the Clark Oil Challenge this year, folks, will be 4 positions, starting 4 positions behind the inversion. That meant that Mitchell, would he have, if he would have chosen to go for the bonus tonight of $200, he would have had to start 16th instead of 12th. He chose not to, so the Clark Oil Challenge will be $400 next Saturday night. 35 laps. Trouble on the backstretch. Everybody, oh, and we got a spin as Robbie Dean spins in car 94. Go back racing. Jr. now gets stuck 3 deep in turn number 4. And Gary Williams. Gary Williams, the new leader in 06. Here comes Dunleavy in the black number 11. Dunleavy Jr. is second. It's Gary Williams, Dick Dunleavy. Now Terry Humphrey third. Gary Williams out front, Dick Dunleavy Jr. second. Tim Yonker is off the track. Terry Humphrey challenges Dick Dunleavy Jr. for second. Complete. Jerry Mitchell, the man on the move, he is up to 4th spot. Mitchell is 4th. Continues to lead. Dick Dunleavy Jr. is second. Terry Humphrey third. Mitchell goes to work on Terry Humphrey. 15 laps are down. Greg Markham with a spin on the front stretch brings out the caution. Greg Markham in 23.
Tough break for Greg Markham. That was the first week out. Brand new left-hander. August 29th of 1992. Announced to Bob Neubauer with Terry Humphrey. Go ahead, Bob.
They told me 1993 wasn't real great. They said any feature wins that year. Last week, for those that were here, I left. He ended it last week with a crash, but you guys went home and obviously put some time and started. You got my guys started on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, and we just worked all week long. I just can't thank them enough. How's it feel to get back on the wooden way here in 94? It just feels an old man can still drive. I knew I was going to say that. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, how about a big round of applause? Major feature winner, Terry Humphrey.
There you go. Thanks a lot, Bob.
Rick Lawwell in 81. Next we've got 12 Don Parsons Sr., 36 Jimmy Romans, 79 Don Holland, 27 is Dave Eisinger, 93 Jamie Hunt, 89 is Herb Pennington. Earlier I called car 99 Herb Pennington up in the third row. That's actually Kevin Nowak. Let's see, then we've got Randy Tharbin, 37, 4 Phil Gussler, 25 Bubba Parsons, 31 Jim Hersey, Steve Tuttle in 17, and your fast qualifier Donald Parsons, car 22. The Ches Brown Oldsmobile pace car pulls off the backstretch. We're ready to rumble straight stocks for 25 laps. And Carl Calls in 46 is all over the racetrack. Well, meantime, we got a major collision in turn number 3. Oh my word. Looks like Bo Davis, Mike Schweier, Rick Lawwell. Let's see, Davis is moving, as is Lawwell, we see backing up. It's Denver Wise out front, but now Heavy Hill moves underneath him for the lead. Denver Wise continues to battle back on the outside of Heavy Hill. Now we got some 3 wide action on the backstretch. And we got Mike Litchfield in 95 spinning off the 4th turn. A big cloud of dust down there in turn 4. We sure hope that dust clears by the time they make it back around. Now Dean Stuckey slow on the backstretch. Days of Thunder off the 4th turn. Dean Stuckey apparently out of this event. He'll call it a night on the front stretch. And now Dave Dysinger makes his way around Heavy Hill. Denver Wise slow. He's way up against the wall on the back straight. Dave Dysinger, the leader. 5 laps are complete. Jamie Hunt trying to move toward the front. Hunt toward the front. Now second is Jamie Hunt. And now Hunt inside of your leader, Dave Dysinger. Phil Gussler is up to 4th spot. Heavy Hill back underneath Dysinger for second. Hunt out front. Now we see Donald Parsons slow on the backstretch. Ackerman holds down the 6th spot. Herb Pennington is up to 5th in car 89. The back bumper literally of Jamie Hunt. Again, Donald Parsons slow on the backstretch. That car seems to slow down and then take off again. The leader's in lap traffic. Heavy Hill underneath Jamie Hunt for the lead. A tight battle for that top spot. Halfway. The leader is again Heavy Hill. Jamie Hunt second. Dave Dysinger third. Phil Gussler fourth. Fifth is Herb Pennington. Randy Tharp is sixth. There's Donald Parsons' car again. That thing's starting to cut out once again, slowing down. Parsons goes a lap down. Are door to door. Heavy Hill, Dave Dysinger. Third, Jamie Hunt. Fourth, Phil Gussler. Now Dysinger with the advantage. Lap traffic ahead. We got some door-to-door lap traffic. This could get interesting. And Dave Dysinger sideways takes over the lead. Jamie Hunt moves to second. 5 laps to go this time. Dave Dysinger out front. A great race. The lead trio through turns 3 and 4. And we got a spin. Bubba Parsons in turn number 2. He's pulling off the track. Off the racing surface. Pennington, Phil Gussler off the pace in car 4. Herb Pennington is up to 4th. Your leader is Dave Dysinger. It's going to be close, but your winner will be Dave Dysinger. Jamie Hunt is 2nd, Heavy Hill 3rd. Herb Pennington 4th. 5th goes to Steve Tuttle unofficially, and I believe 6th will be Randy Tharp. Heavy contact with Randy Tharp. Tharp got into that 4th turn wall. Don Holland unable to avoid him as he came back down across the racetrack. What a wild finish and a great race. We thank you folks for coming out. You were part of a great crowd here tonight. A full night of racing action. Again, the winner, the sprint car winner, Matt Linder. The Limited Sportsman feature winner was Jim Kidd. Terry Humphrey was the winner in the late model division. And in the straight stock finale, Dave Dysinger in car 27. Tanya Bear and Doug Skaggs. That's Tanya Bear and Doug Skaggs. You have messages in the Speedway office, please. Thanks again for coming out, folks. We really admire.
Well, for the final time tonight, Dave, that was a wild and woolly one. 3 of you battling for the lead the whole way. Did you think you were going to be able to hold on to it?
I didn't know. I know there's some awful fast cars and some awful good drivers out there. We just try to do the best we can, hang in there.
Who's some of the sponsors on board the car?
I got to thank Danny Friend from Muffler Team. He's the only guy I've got so far this year, and I really appreciate all his help. His other car, Bo Davis, and his guys have been helping us out quite a bit, and I'm just happy with all the guys that have been helping me, and that's the way things are going so far.
Well, once again, congratulations, Dave, and Jeff, a great night of racing. We had just about everything, all the races closing good, and of course next week I'm sure the AC Duffel Challenge and the ASA cars will be just as good next Saturday out here